So, you're sort of, you've got the sick pay. Are you focusing on furloughing at the moment? Have you been? I know you've got an accountancy practice. Have you put a lot of applications through for companies to claim the sort of furlough money so far?
Yeah, absolutely. So the portal opened up yesterday,
Yeah.
and it's been crazy. So HMRC tell us that they can process 450 up to 450,000 claims per hour, and we were on the portal from yesterday morning. And I must admit, it's been pretty good. It works okay. It's a bit onerous in the sense that if you've got more than 100 employees, then you can upload the data automatically. But if you've got less than 100 employees, then every single employee needs to be added on individually.
Do they?
From that
Yeah.
point of view. But in terms of how the portal is working, it's working well at the moment. Early days though, but working well. And HMRC are saying they'll make the first payments within a week, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and I understand it has now been clarified that on top of the 2,500 that you can claim per month, you can also claim the national insurance and also the 3% pension contribution.
Yeah, absolutely. So the limit is 2,500, so you can claim 80% of the 2,500. On top of that, you've got the employer's PAYE above and beyond the 2,500, and the minimum auto enrollment pension payments as well. So it's a pretty generous scheme, to be honest.
Yeah. Are you doing many for the self-employed? I mean, most of the self-employed people that I speak to, they don't qualify. Their friends don't qualify. Most of the trades I speak to, maybe they're getting a little bit. What are you finding with your customers?
Generally speaking, with our clients, most of them don't qualify because their profits are above the £50,000 limit. But there are a few who may qualify. So if they've got trading profits and more than 50% of their income is from trading profits, and it's less than £50,000 for the tax year 2018-19 or the previous 3 tax years, including 18-19, then HMRC will contact those taxpayers in June and will make a payment to them if they've been affected by COVID-19. That particular scheme, Mark, in my opinion, is an okay scheme. It could have been better.
Yeah, it would be nice to at least get something, wouldn't it?
It would have. Just to come back on to furlough, because I know this has been asked many times, and I have covered it in the community by way of or through writing. But if you're a director, you can furlough yourself. You can't do any work for the company apart from statutory filing and other statutory duties. Other than that, you can't work for the company, but you can furlough yourself. Also, as the rules stand right now, Mark, if you furlough yourself and then you were to set up as a sole trader and do some work as a sole trader or a partnership, nothing in the rules as they stand stops you from doing that.
Okay.
Somebody wants to furlough themselves and start a sole trader or a partnership business selling some kind of a service or a product. There's nothing in the rules right now which stops them doing that.
But do you not need to have been self-employed on a certain date?
No, this is basically, so this isn't to claim the self-employed income support scheme. For that, you must have filed your 2018-19 tax return. If you haven't filed your 2018 tax return, you've got to file it by the 23rd of this month, which is in 2 days' time. The point that I'm making is, if somebody furloughs themselves and says, I've got loads of time on my hands now, what do I do? If they are a company director, well, they can start up a sole trader business and start something else or start selling other services to generate further income. Because obviously...
I see. So they're effectively not working as an employee of their limited company for the purposes of the furlough. They're doing a different activity as somebody who's self-employed and therefore not caught by the rules that say you can only do statutory filing if you're furloughed.
Yeah, and in most cases, in my experience at least anyway, most directors are on £8,500 a year, so they are earning around about £700 a month. But if they're going to get 80% of £700 a month, that isn't that much. It's not enough to keep them going.
No.
If they want to generate further income, that's a possibility.
So that's the money. If you're a director, that's the money you get if you're furloughed. If you're a director and you're paying yourself effectively the about 9,000, where the band in which you don't pay any income tax. If you receive that through as PAYE, as income from your limited company as a salary, and have done by the date in, is it March, that
19th of March.
19th of March, that's the money you'd get as a director. But if you're drawing dividends, you're not going to get 80% of that money as well.
No, you're not. So it's only your employment income.
Yeah,
that's right. Hence why it's not going to be a big figure for most directors, because they're on low salaries and then they're compensating the rest of the income by taking dividends.